Enga province looks into the agro-industry market. PNG Power admits that it lacks inspectors. And MRDC donates to Life PNG Care.
This is National EMTV News with Meriba Tulo.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for Saturday's news. The Enga provincial government has agreed to work together with an Israeli company to establish an agro-industrial services and training center at Sirunki, Enga province. The project is focused on engaging smallholders in growing food crops and creating wealth. Enga Governor Sir Peter Ipatas said it is going to be a 50-50 shareholding agreement with Innovative Agro Industry Limited.
Enga Provincial Government and Innovative Agro Industry Limited today signed the deed of agreement to incorporate a joint venture company. Through this joint venture, they will establish an agro-industrial services and training center at Sirunki, Enga Province. It will provide training and supply seeds, fertilizers, and equipment that will service the smallholders. It will also comprise of a storage, packing, and distribution center.
We want to participate in agriculture and give our people an opportunity to grow produce, and of course the Israelis coming with the expertise and the management will be able to market our produce. That's the most important thing.
Sir Peter said they had been working on the project for the last 3 years. He thanked the national government and especially Prime Minister Peter O'Neill for putting up the counterpart funding, enabling the Enga provincial government to participate in the joint venture project.
For Enga province, what you're seeing now is an opportunity for the small people to have a means of income. It's a project that will keep them in their own environment, in their own homes. They don't have to go anywhere looking for jobs. They have a job already being farmers on their own land, and they will make money at home.
In the meantime, Sir Peter said as part of the agro-industrial services project, the Enga provincial government is also looking to set up an Enga microbank. The microbank will start to give loans of up to 5,000 kina to smallholder farmers who engage in agriculture. Deli Waigeno, National EMTV News.
Yanguru Sausia MP Richard Maru has challenged PNG Power Limited to operate as a profitable business entity. While millions of kina have been invested in the rural electrification program, Mr. Maru was disappointed PNG Power Limited has failed to complete work on time as well as too much power outages. Mr. Maru says PNG Power Limited must convert free capital investments into profits.
Mr. Maru made this comments during yesterday's presentation of another 100,000 kina payment to PNG Power Limited for power line extension. Yanguru Sausia has invested millions in the rural electrification program because of the largest line of 96 kilometers it has in Papua New Guinea. Mr. Maru said if PNG Power Limited is a commercial-focused organization, it would ensure reliable power supply is maintained.
So if you're commercial farmers, we're saying, look after those people that pay you cash. Yeah. Because other people will owe you a lot of money. It makes sense for you to, and especially when we're putting the money to pay for the line, and then we're giving you cash customers. It makes business sense for you to look after us, because then we look after you.
Failure to maintain constant power supply has affected homes, public service functions, and investors. And the national government needs to have a dialogue with PNG Power Limited to ensure problems are fixed and also look at large-scale investments.
We are basically saying we can help PNG Power, we are investing, we will continue to support PNG Power, but somebody needs to look at a more reliable power supply to shipping generally, because the demand is just taking off.
However, PNG Power Limited's acting chief executive officer John Yanis assured the people of Yanguru Sausia that the current management is looking into these problems.
You are the receiving end, we call it. And the losses along the way are affecting suppliers in there. So we are looking at it now. We are now talking with the member for Maverick if we can improve the generation in Maverick so that it will be closer to Yanguru than in Quebec.
Meanwhile, Mr. Yanis said new generators will be installed in WeWork and negotiations have been ongoing for the purchasing of new land.
We want to relocate from Borough because the place is not safe. Sea level is rising. As we are speaking, we are also leasing generators to station in WeWork as well. Currently, our capacity is not enough, so we are leasing. Leasing of generators is very expensive for us.
Fabian Hakelitz, National EMTV News.
PNG Power Limited Acting Chief Executive Officer John Yanis admits the company lacks inspectors. Mr. Yanis says lack of inspectors has caused major setbacks to the company, resulting on work completed behind schedule.
Yanguru Sausi District Development Authority Chief Executive Officer Fansen Yaninan queried the issue of power inspectors after money was paid to PNG Power Limited but failed to connect power to Nagam village.
And for months we don't even have an inspector. And when we complain, PNG Power, sorry also, we organize for only 2 or 3 weeks and fly in, fly out. It gets in there, does 1 or 2 houses, the rest are still waiting, he flies back. I was thinking, is PNG Power Limit the correct name or not? If it's the correct name, then it should be making money. So I thought the inspector is the person who converts capital expenditure to sales.
However, PNG Power Limited's Acting Chief Executive Officer John Yanis said only few power inspectors are currently employed by the company. This issue has resulted in incomplete work because inspectors also have to travel to other centers around the country.
We want to solve the issue of the inspectors. We don't have inspectors. I think we got about 5 or so. So that's why we draw them back to go to the other centers as well.
Lack of inspectors employed by PNG Power Limited has been attributed to the past management. Mr. Yanis said training is a company value. Currently, staffs are undergoing training as part of the development program.
We got about 150 new graduates, made up of both graduates, the technicians, the lines.
After training, officers will be certified and posted to every centers in the next 12 months.
So what we are now doing is that we are getting the people now to train them, to give them the certification so that we will station inspectors in every center. That's what we are doing now.
Fabian Hakelitz, National EMTV News.
Trevole Mangi has entered into a joint venture partnership with Trans Global Investments, one of the world's leading aircraft leasing companies. Trans Global Investments will lease aircraft to Trevole to continue its interests in providing service to the people of Papua New Guinea.
Trevole Chief Executive Officer Captain Emmanuel Kadiko said the 3 Fokker 50 aircrafts will be leased under the Air Operator Certificate from the Trans Global Investment. Captain Kadiko said because of the lack of support from national financial institutions, they have to look elsewhere for assistance. They're happy that Trans Global Investment have come on board to be part of this partnership.
With the partnership between Trans Global Investment, TGI, and Travel Now, which has been arranged, and we hope that in a few weeks' time we'll normalize the regularity of the transportation provided by Magilo Place Airlines.
Captain Kariko said they have set the limit to 3 aircrafts first, and as time goes by, they can extend the fleet. The new deal ensures that the airline continues to operate in the country, connecting people at affordable costs.
So with the inception of the airline, we have covered 11 ports. 11 ports with our operation. It is the airline owned by 350 families who derive their livelihood from the proceeds of the airline.
In a telephone interview with CASA PNG Chief Executive Officer and Director Wilson Sagati, he told MTV News that the office is aware of this partnership. Mr. Sagati said as a requirement, they have directed Trevole to proceed with the commercial arrangement and then apply for civil aviation registration. Representatives from the Trans Global Investments were happy to partner with Trevole. Kariko said flight operations will resume once all arrangements are finalized. Marilyn Diaukatam, National EMTV News.
Meanwhile, Travel Air founder Ermas Wartoto says air infrastructure is important in the country. While 95% of Travel Air's customers are local, this is a call on financial institutions and the government to look into assisting in funding the air service provider. Mr. Wartoto stressed that the public should not associate his personal matters with the airline company.
Anything personal to do with Ermas Wartoto, that's a matter for me. And we should not color it with this infrastructure that the economy needs, and more importantly, the 350 families need.
You're watching National EMTV News. Life PNG Care, giving hope to disadvantaged children. We'll have that story and more when we come back. Welcome back to National EMTV News. Lay Metropolitan Commander Anthony Wagambi Jr. has confirmed that 87 prisoners escaped from Lay's Buimo jail on Thursday. 68 are remandees, while 19 are convicted prisoners.
57 prisoners are still on the run after the Buimo jail breakout on Thursday. Lay Metropolitan Commander Anthony Wagambi said the breakout may have been due to overcrowding of prisoners at Buimo and the shortage of manpower. Most of these escapees are remandees who have been waiting for their court cases for long periods.
The overcrowding and the shortage of manpower is also a contributing factor too.
Last year, more than 50 prisoners escaped from Buimo. Most of these escapees are still at large. Police will need the support of the community. Now, the breakout on Thursday has added work to the normal policing work. Currently, they are faced with limited resources and manpower. Therefore, Lay residents are advised to call the police toll-free number on 180-4040 if you have any information of the whereabouts of these prisoners or for emergency purposes. Mata Luis, National EMTV News, Lay.
Morobe Governor Kelly Naru says the Buimo jail breakout is a direct result of the national government's failure to improve correctional service institutions. Naru says the Buimo jail is overcrowded and shortage of food rations and hygiene standards may be contributing factors for breakouts. Mr. Naru says the province needs the national government's intervention to improve the Buimo jail.
We have got a very limited budget for law and order. Actually, in terms of institutional strengthening, it will be about 4 or 5 million. For basically building houses and stuff like that. But in terms of the basic implementation and policing of law and order, it's about 700,000. That's not enough. What you see happening now is a direct result, in my respectful view, of the government not prioritizing, and government, I mean national government, not prioritizing and putting money where the mouth is.
St. Mary's Asitavi High School in the autonomous region of Bougainville has been elevated to a secondary level, and this achievement was acknowledged during the commissioning of new infrastructure this week. The new classrooms will cater for the over 400 students, 4 grade 9 classes, 5 grade 10 classes, and 2 for grade 11 students. One of a very few known orphanages in the country is giving hope and a second chance at life to disadvantaged and vulnerable children. Life PNG Care is helping to keep these orphan children in schools and away from the unforgiving streets of Port Moresby.
19-year-old Tanya looks like a normal, happy student growing up in the city. Thanks to Life PNG Care, she is. Like any other young person, she has hopes and dreams for the future.
I've always dreamt of becoming a journalist. So yeah, I'm thinking of, and then after finishing my school, if after universities I can come back and help.
What most don't know is that Tanya is just one of 75 disadvantaged children enrolled in school this year through Life PNG Care's Strong in Pikanini education program. Last year, the program supported 52 children get into school at a cost of 56,000 kina. With that number increased to 75 children this year, the organization needs to raise 84,000 kina. This covers for school project fees, uniforms, stationery, bus fare and lunch. For Colin Pake, Life PNG Care National Director, and his 4 full-time volunteering staff, it's all about the opportunity to change one child's life for the better.
My passion is all about seeing them, having them educated, and give them the assurance that you have a better life in the future.
As an NGO and faith-based organization, Life PNG Care is able to enroll the children in school and buy their uniforms from the support they receive from generous individuals and corporate bodies. This morning, the children gathered for their annual photo shoot. They were also visited by representatives from the Mineral Resources Development Company, who presented a check of 5,000 kina to assist the orphanage's education program.
PNG Life Care does the same, gives hope to the future. It's raising and taking care, bringing up young men and women, and that's exactly what we believe in doing, improving the quality of lives for all Papua New Guineans. And today's 5,000 kina donation, we hope will go a long way in assisting the Strong and Beginning Education program.
Apart from MRDC, so far Life PNG Care has got support from MVIL and National Airports Corporation, but there is need for more assistance. Mr. Pake said Life PNG Care has plans to expand the program, but without resources such as land and funding, they are limited with their outreach. Deli Waigeno, National EMTV News.
With increased cases of lifestyle disease-related deaths in Papua New Guinea, there is need for more healthy living awareness and promotion in the workplace. And Westpac Bank has adopted the concept to promote healthy living among its employees. The Walk for Life program on Sunday, hosted by the bank, is part of the awareness, and PNG Head of Retail Banking, Cameron Penfold, says the company will be promoting healthy living in the workplace for its employees to be productive. Mr. Penfold says that health is the greatest gift. A healthy person, a healthy mind, who will be productive in all aspects of life. You're watching National EMTV News. Trukai Sports is next. We'll have all the details after these messages.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. We begin with the NSL in Leh, and Hekari United FC beat Welgris Morabe United FC this afternoon at the Sir Ignatius Kilaga Stadium. The Telecom National Soccer League Champions Series continues with this upset to Morabe Welgris at home in front of about 10,000 fans. Bethany Harriman reports.
As the rain threatened, both teams looked evenly matched in the first 5 minutes. Against a backdrop of heavy cheers by the home crowd, Morabe Welgris came up with first blood. In the 23rd minute, Sammy Campbell crossed the ball into the box. Backgen Yanum for a volley past Hekari goalkeeper Ismail Pole. The crowd goes crazy. The game continued on with Hekari chasing Welgris in much of the first half. After 19 minutes of intense football, in the dying minute of the first half, Hekari drew level when Koriak Apaiga scored from an Emmanuel Samuel pass after sloppy defense from Welgris. The break at halftime, silent. Fans sensing Hekari United was on a comeback. In the second half, the tussle continued. Midway through, a handball by Hekari goalkeeper Ismail Pole gave a free kick. Welgris failed to capitalize. In the 64th minute, Hekari United's Barry Mansell scored the finisher, ensuring Hekari won 2-0 at full time. Emmanuel Simon had an outstanding match today. Welgris goalkeeper Yagi Corniel was kept under the pump. Bethany Harriman, National EMTV Sports, Leh.
To Port Moresby now, and Leh City Dwellers have secured their third win in the finals competition of the Telecom National Soccer League, thrashing PKA Rapatona 5-0 at Bissini today. First goal came from Dwellers captain Raymond Gunemba to see them take the lead. Minutes after, Nigel Dabinyaba placed one behind Rapatona keeper John Bai from a sneaky pass from Gunemba. The third goal saw Dabi Nyamba get his second of the match, gently placing it behind the net. Gunemba furthered their lead a minute after with a massive strike into the net as well. Dweller's fifth and final goal of the match occurred from ball handling errors by Rapatono goalkeeper John Bai, with Michael Foster placing a rolling ball into the goal that slipped his hands, rolling into the goal. Moving overseas now, and in football, Australia's most respected football commentator Les Murray has supported the election of the new FIFA president Gianni Infantino. The world's governing football body elected the Swiss-Italian lawyer 115 votes to 27. Infantino replaces Sepp Blatter, who stood down last year amidst allegations of corruption.
The Swiss-born Italian was voted in to replace disgraced former chief Sepp Blatter in Zurich this morning. Murray believes the governing body was correct in its decision not to elect fellow candidate Sheikh Salman.
The allegations against him are as long as my arm, to the extent that if they are all proven, he'll make Sepp Blatter look like Francis of Assisi.
FIFA also passed a series of reforms which include limiting a president's tenure to 12 years, the disclosure of salaries and the promotion of women in the game.
And that's all the sports we have for you today, but don't go away. We'll have the weather details for the next 24 hours after the break.
Kai Sports. True Kai Sports.
Here's a look at the weather for the next 24 hours in the southern region. Port Moresby, cloudy with some showers, and some showers expected as well in Daru, Kerama, Alotau and Popondetta. To the New Guinea Islands region, some showers expected in Leiwau and Madang, a shower or two in Wewak and Vanimo. To the New Guinea Islands region, fine weather expected all across the New Guinea Islands. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen, Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabeg, you can expect some showers over the next 24 hours. And that ends the news, sports and weather for today, Saturday the 27th of February 2016. On behalf of the EMTV News team, I'm Mary Batulo. Pleasant viewing. Good night.